God is sending you the answer. God is sending you the answer. Hey, family, I want to just drop this quick word on you. Uh, August has been a life-changing month already. Again, I shared this with you July 31st, coming into the month of August, that this would be a month of new beginnings for you. And some of you have been in like a limbo. You've been in this transition type of phase. And because God is not the author of confusion, the answer has to come. Many of you have these pressing questions. You have these big life changing decisions to make, and you are and have been waiting on God to respond. And one of the things that my pastor helped me with this past weekend was understanding that sometimes the answer that we are waiting for is sometimes hung up based on our actions. God is waiting for us to deliver to Him certain things that are in our lives, to give up, to surrender certain things in our lives. And as we commit, as we surrender to that, the answer will immediately come. There's been some things that my wife and I have been praying through and praying about for almost 2 years now. And very specifically, I received a word of knowledge this weekend about certain things that were going on in my life, certain avenues, certain things to just let go of, and that God would take care of the rest. And as I committed and recommitted to letting some of those things go, immediately the answer came. And so I don't know where you are right now. I don't know what you're going through or what you're expecting to receive from God, but I want to let you know that the answer is on the way. Now, one thing that I do want to clarify, and one thing that I do want to point out, is many times in our lives, I have learned that we can confuse God's answer with the manifestation. Many of us are looking for the manifestation of what we've been praying for. But in order to even get to the manifestation phase, we need the answer. God will give us instructions. He will give us step-by-step things to do that will put us in alignment with what is already destined for us. The manifestation of the prayer is already destined. It's already been set and separated, and it's already in a specific place. But our answer, what we're expecting from God, is the instructions of how to get from where we are to what God has already ordained for our lives. And as we're obedient to the answer, and the answer may look something like off the wall. It may be moving your job. It may be moving your city. It may be moving your church. It may be moving a lot of different things that are going on in your life. Maybe moving things that are in your heart, the conditions of your heart. It may be even physically moving your body. Many of you think maybe waiting on an answer for something health related, and God needs you to move in the physical to see a supernatural response. I don't know who that word is specifically for, but I can just see a picture of movement happening right now. And so again, I believe the Spirit of God is moving. He's giving us answers. We have to do our part and listen to what the answer is. Sometimes the answer is a tough thing to give up. Sometimes it's giving up people. Sometimes it's giving up places. Sometimes it's giving up spaces. Sometimes it's giving up the things that we enjoy doing. Just like we see in the Word of God. Obviously, Abraham had to be willing to be able to sacrifice his son. And of course, God sent a ram in the bush, but he still had to, his heart posture had to be, I'm okay with giving up what the promise is to receive something greater, because I know that God is faithful. And so some of you, even right now, It's almost like you have to even give up expecting the manifestation, and that may be your answer right now. One of the things that God shared with me in my own personal life is many of you on here may be expecting things that have to pertain to wealth transfer, or you may have a business. And one of the things that God shared with me even on this morning is stop thinking about income and start thinking about output. Again, we try to control the thing that only God can control instead of controlling what we can control. And that's showing up, that's doing the work, doing what our part is. And maybe even some of you guys watching this video right now, there are specific instructions that God has given you already, and he's going to remind you again what those instructions are. That is the answer. That is what you've been praying for. God gives us steps of things for us to physically walk out in this realm, in this earth. And as we walk those out, we literally walk ourselves into the blessing. We walk ourselves into the pathway that has already been prepared for us. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but I pray whatever answer that you've been waiting for up until this point, that it will be revealed to you, that it will be extremely clear. This morning in my devotion time, I was reading Daniel chapter 5, and in Daniel chapter 5, the king in that particular time, he's having a feast at his house. He invited all the governors, he invited all these high-ranking authority people, and he served them using the things that his father had already taken out of the house of God, like the gold and the silver cups and all the plates and all the things, that the amenities, he had robbed them from the house of God, and he was serving wine and this elaborate dinner on those things. And literally after he'd done that, there was a hand and a writing on the wall that pronounced his judgment. And obviously we know the story. Daniel eventually came and showed him, or explained to him, what the interpretation of the judgment was for him. But I'm praying that, seeing that today, that it's crystal clear to you. It's almost like the writing is on the wall, that you can see specifically and know exactly what you're supposed to do next to see the manifestation clearly. One thing that stood out in both chapter 5 of Daniel, also in the opening of chapter 6 of Daniel, is that this one theme about Daniel that stood out is that even the king's wife, and even in chapter 6, it talks about how Daniel had a spirit of excellence. God is looking for your excellence in your output, following the instructions, obeying what he's called you to do. As you walk in a spirit of excellence in that particular area, the manifestation will inevitably come. So I pray that you receive your answer. Maybe this video is in some way an eye-opener of what to do next. But I pray that this video blesses you. I pray that you find your answer. God bless you guys on today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.